Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Always so happy to find you here. Welcome to any new subscribers. I'm delighted to have your subscription stay for a good long while. Bring a friend with you next time. If you are sticking around to the end, make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you click like. Make sure you leave a nice positive comment. I am following up, but not really following up. Let's see, how should I put this? Last week I did three little small videos on the matrix and how that could translate into our lives if there is a dark night of the soul type of occurrence, which nobody's going to raise their hand and say, let me go through that so I can be better in the end. I know that I'm going to be the most wonderful, woke, well healed person after I go through this. But still, no one wants to go through that because it is arduous. It is difficult a difficult time for a person's life. So I'll just say that. But I kept referring in each of those three videos, I did three videos that I did about being well, healed, and woke. And so I just wanted to respond to some inquiries about aren't they all the same and what's the difference from my point of view. I mean, you could research on your own and use your own life experience as to how you see that. But a lot of times a person thinks they're over something, especially when it involves another person, like a relationship or a hard relationship with a parent, like a parent-child, where there's memories from the child's point of view as a child launching into them as an adult. And now as an adult, they can analyze that behavior and interaction that they experienced with their parent as a child and they didn't like it or they would do something different. Particularly if as a child you heard your parents argue or you heard them making love, or even uh, if your parents are together, your mother or father making love to someone else. As a child, there's certain sounds you can't really understand what it is, but perhaps you could have felt ignored if you called for them or wanted them and they sent you away. So you could have easily felt like they chose the person over you. All of these different scenarios that as a child, when you grow up, you remember that your parent did that to you and how you felt as a child. And now as an adult, you're recalling it and you're still experiencing it as a child, but trying to interpret it as an adult as to how what you would do. As just as an example, I'm saying that to say this: as you or we, I, us, develop, when we process that and get past that understanding, even through if it was like a recent dark night of the soul of losing someone by life, losing someone by divorce, losing someone, especially just not long ago, I heard of a couple that took a short little vacation before their wedding, to just kind of de-stress. It was like a local vacation. And one of them died while on that vacation. And the person was so angry with all of life because they didn't get a chance to experience their true love. They were going to marry this person. So all of that is what I'm saying. When I mention well, healed, and woke, a lot of times a person can get well, meaning can move on, move onward, move forward, where they're not chained down or weighted down by the situation, and find themselves moving past it and not thinking about it with regularity, I'll say. But if something strikes them that reminds them of that, they go right back to the same anger they first had or they did have about it. That meant the person wasn't healed. The person got well, meaning they're not in the what I would call the grief part of it. The newness of it, years can pass by and they're still maybe not well. But once they get well, if something reminds them of that, just like the child that became adult and remembers what their parent did, now they're a grown adult, 30, 40 years old, and they remember how they felt about that. They got well moving past it, but they didn't get healed. They didn't get healed. Because when we get healed by something we prefer didn't happen, but did happen, when we get healed from that, if it resurfaces, or if we are reminded of something like it, it doesn't strike us anymore. It's not that we don't care. It's not that we can't be caring about someone that may be experiencing something similar, because I did talk about experiencing how to use the experience of it to better your life or someone else's life moving forward. But if you get to the point to where something similar to that occurs again and you go, it doesn't faze me, you're healed. And it can occur again and again in similarity, or in point of reference, or in point of inference, or point of situational awareness, and it won't faze you. That means you're healed. You're healed. Now, here's the thing. Few people get fully healed. This is why, as an example, someone can divorce their spouse. Let's say they cheat. Let's say they cheated on them. Let's just say they cheated. Everybody seems to cheat. So ridiculous. But anyway, say they cheated and they never want to date anyone else that maybe cheat. Well, if someone cheats all the time, then you gotta pick somebody who's not a player cheater type of person. So learn how to pick better too. But I am not going to reprimand your choice. No, nobody's perfect. But if they take in their mind that all men or all women or whomever you date, all people are cheaters, they're going to move forward with that mindset. That means they're well from the fact that that person cheated, but they're going to move on with the mindset that it can happen again, because people always, and it's in their mind, they're not healed from that. Now, they may take it as a safeguard, like a safety harness, but who wants to be in a relationship with anyone where the bars are always up, where there's not full trust, where there's not full reciprocity of genuine, safe, healthy, full, respectful, loving interest in both parties, where I don't have to be worried about something that happened in your past, you bringing that up in our future when we had nothing to do with it. We're a whole different couple. So this is being what I mean by being well and being healthy. When that kind of thing does not implant or enforce itself moving forward, it is behind you. You learned. You're going to do everything to safeguard yourself from attracting that again. And you're going to move healthy in another relationship, because when you don't, the new relationship cannot possibly be fully healthy because you're not fully healed. Now, the woke part, that's the rare part. The woke part is the rare part. This is why I reference the Matrix. Not everybody's going to have a Matrix experience. The few people that do, they will cherish it so much that it is so sacred that if anyone comes in their life that even attempts to enter into the sanctity of that wokeness, they will dismiss that person 100%, because it's rare. I'll put it like this. This is the best way example that I think I can offer. We were talking about the difference between a talent and a gift just at dinner a week or two ago. And a friend was saying, aren't they the same? Aren't they the same? And I said, I don't think they're the same. I think, and I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things. But I think A talent is something you have and it is given you. The gift is how you use the talent. Okay? We all have a talent to some degree or another, but the gift is how you use the talent. This is why a person who's a good cook is talented, but the person who's a good chef uses the gift properly. That chef, if you call a chef a cook, they frown at that because that's a downgrade. So the chef uses the talent different. This is why a person who is a good who is let's say good with their instrument. Let's say they play, I don't know, violin or guitar. They have the talent to play it. But the one that is in an orchestra that is taking care of their own instrument, meaning their fingers and taking care of how they're going to use it, that is the person with the gift. Now, let me make a better example. Whitney Houston, with all due respect. When she first came out with the song, I Will Always Love You, even Dolly Parton, who wrote the song and still had the copyrights to the song, says I gotta say, she did it better than me. Go, Whitney, because Dolly was making her money no matter what. Whitney, come on, keep on singing the song. She was like, I'm making money anyway. Go with it. Take my song and own it. Whitney did with that song what even Dolly couldn't do. Now, Dolly was talented with it, but Whitney added a gift to an existing talent and made it her own. Yet, because Whitney Houston did not take care of her gift, which to me, the gift comes from the higher source, that for years she was singing and hitting that high note, and every time she sang that song, I Always Love You, everybody waited for her to belt that out. Because of her use of drugs and the life that she was living, she was unable to hit that note in the end because gift was gone. Now, she was still a talent. She could still sing other songs, but she could not hit that note anymore. With all due respect to her, rest in peace, as this example. So your gift, you should cherish. Your gift in a person who cares for you and loves you. That person is way different than the other persons you dated. That guy, that girl, that king, that queen. Recognize when the one that's the gift shows up, because everybody else is just a talent. All they did was prepare you for the gift. Don't miss out on your gift, because guess what? A gift is a present to you. So cherish it and enjoy it. So this is what I meant by being well. Being well is nothing wrong with being well, but it's better to be healed. And if you're healed, it's better, even greater, to be woke in the awareness of it so that you can cherish it and make it work for you and with you for the rest of your life as a gift. And you are its conductor. You have to take care of your gift. You have to take care of your body, your soul, your mind, your spirit, your love, just as if it was an investment, because it is, as are you, and I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe. Bring a friend with you next time. I'll see you later. Good night. Good night.